quote, attempted bombings, attempted terrorist events, where it's on the record now, it's been exposed that the FBI itself, or perhaps, let's say, a rogue element within the FBI, because I don't want to say that all FBI agents are bad. That's not true. There are many very good men and women in the FBI who are doing their jobs, and I want to give them credit. But there are also rogue elements within every agency that appear to be putting together these false flag attacks for the sole purpose of reminding us all in an Orwellian type of style that we are always at war and we should always be afraid. Now, in this case, they're amping it up to a whole new level. With this, what looks like a false flag assassination attempt, they're saying not just be afraid, not just be terrified that there are terrorists running around everywhere, but even more so that, oh, now we have the moral justification to go to war, or to allow Israel to bomb Iran, to allow a key U.S. ally to engage in what's going to be a murderous attack, a high fatality rates, no doubt, attack on Iran, which now looks imminent. As Alex said when he joined us in the last hour, he believes this may happen within 2 weeks. You know, certainly give or take some timetable on that. We don't have a crystal ball around here, but we do see the patterns, and we do know history, and we do know when there's a problem reaction solution being presented to us so that we will react and then allow these administrations to commit what are essentially illegal acts, and then justify it with these actions that they have fabricated from the get-go. So I've got some questions about this and some analysis that I want to share with you. We are, 5 minutes away from a break. Good, we've got enough time to do this. And by the way, we are going to be joined at the top of the next hour by Mark Kastel from the Cornucopia Institute, who's going to be giving us information about how GMOs have been found, detected, verified in laboratories in so-called natural food products, natural cereals. You know, most people think natural foods are better than everything else. They think that they have no pesticides and no GMOs, and it turns out that is not exactly the case. Now, just coming in here on my desk, we have a tip from a listener, Aaron in Canada. Thanks for sending this in. This is an article. Canada should arrest George W. Bush when he visits next week, says Amnesty. Oh, wow, okay. Bush admitted in his memoirs that he authorized the use of torture against terror suspects. All of this was authorized, George Bush wrote, and condoned and put in place through his own repeated decision. I'm sorry, that's not what George Bush wrote. That is being quoted from the story. All of this was authorized and condoned and put in place through his own repeated decisions, he being former President Bush. So Amnesty is saying he should be arrested when he shows up in Canada. Well, that would be interesting. Wasn't Rumsfeld? Didn't someone try to arrest Rumsfeld when he was traveling through Europe a couple of years ago? These sort of unindicted war criminals running around, who many of the awakened people are trying to get arrested. That's an interesting bit of news. Yeah, if you have any more news coming in on either Fast and Furious or this false flag assassination attempt, just jump on in here, bring it to me. We're going to jump in at any moment that's necessary to cover this story. Let me ask you the question, listeners. What do you suppose happens if Israel bombs Iran? What is the aftermath of that? Now, if you've been listening to the Alex Jones Show for any length of time, you probably have a very solid grasp of what we're talking about that would happen in the aftermath of that. And I'd love to be talking to Bob Chapman right now about this. I would love to have Gerald Salente on right now. But let me just take a whack at this. You can expect oil prices to just skyrocket globally. Massive spike in oil prices. Maybe gasoline at $5 to $10 a gallon in the aftermath of a strike on Iran. What about gold prices? Well, of course, gold prices would spike. How high? We don't know, but maybe this would hit that $2,500 an ounce target that was mentioned previously, I believe, by Bank of America. What about people who would see this as an increased tensioning of world events, and they would be more interested in preparedness, I think you would see a run on ammunition in the U.S. I think you'd see a run on preparedness supplies and preparedness food and gear. I think many of these companies that offer these products would be back-ordered after a strike on Iran. You would also have, of course, radioactive fallout if a nuclear facility, a nuclear processing facility was targeted in the strike, which is almost a certainty. What else would Israel be going after other than the political leadership of Iran and also the nuclear processing facilities? Now, if that happens, and I really wish we had a nuclear expert on here who could give us even more details about this, and perhaps we will. Let's see what we can do about that in the next hour. But you're going to have essentially a dirty bomb unleashed, a massive radioactive tidal wave of contamination sweeping across Iran. Now, which way do the winds blow across Iran, and which neighbors are going to be affected by this? What is going to be the cost in human lives and suffering and future sickness from the potential radioactive fallout if there is an Israeli strike on Iran? These are questions that you've got to consider now that the pretext for this is right in our faces. Now stay with us here on the Alex Jones Show. We're going to continue to talk about this, and we'll have more guests on the other side of this break. I'm Mike Adams filling in today for Alex. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
If you're a man over 40, you may feel like half the man you used to be. Are you gaining more body fat? Are you feeling tired? Are you losing your sex drive? It's not your fault. After 40, your body's testosterone may start dropping. And if you're an African American man, you're at a higher risk of your testosterone turning into estrogen. Be the man you used to be. Call for a risk-free trial of Ageless Male, a natural supplement shown to raise testosterone by 61% and maintain healthy, normal levels. You can feel the youthful energy and the healthy sex drive you once had. And Ageless Male is all natural. No injections or appointments. Just one quick phone call. Get your risk-free trial of Ageless Male.
Call 1-800-497-8345. That's 1-800-497-8345. With Ageless Male, you can raise your testosterone naturally by 61%. Call 1-800-497-8345. That's 1-800-497-8345.
There are limitless ways to go into business for yourself, but most involve substantial capital and risk. Our InfoWarsTeam.com operation is different. We promote premium quality health, energy, and skincare products using dynamic, caring personalities and state-of-the-art media technology to spread a powerful message of health, wealth, longevity, and freedom. This low-cost business opportunity is designed for full-time or part-time, so you can work as little or as much as you'd like. It is you that defines the reward level. Whether you are seeking a few $100 extra per month or a 6 or even 7-figure annual income, it's up to you. Want to find out more? Shoot an email with InfoWars Team in the subject line to InfoWars Team Coordinator MZ and tell him a little bit about yourself. That's the initials MZ at InfoWarsTeam.com. That's MZ at InfoWarsTeam.com. I only promote products that I truly believe in, and these are phenomenal. Whatever you do, visit InfoWarsTeam.com. Our rights as individuals to freely purchase dietary supplements over the counter are under constant attack. The globalists want to ban all supplements formulated after 1994. Governments are hoarding raw materials, affecting our ability to purchase these products at a reasonable price. Even organic foods are stripped of nutrients due to overuse of soil and compromised growing conditions. Storable foods are essential, but you also need to make sure you have the nutrients you need to stay healthy during emergencies. Go to survivalrx.com today and see the amazing line of storable supplements they have to protect the ones you love. The owners of survivalrx.com have been in sports nutrition for over a decade, and they realize the need for long-term storable vitamins. The result is a triple nitrogen flushing method, which allows these vitamins to maintain their strength for decades. Again, go to survivalrx.com. That's survivalrx.com.
No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man. behind blue eyes. No one knows what it's like to be.
All right, check out the breaking news today on Infowars.com about this issue. Going to have a story posted there in just a few minutes by Paul Joseph Watson. Let's see, that's going to be maybe in another 20 minutes. So check that website. Nothing like a little pressure for those guys. By the way, I want to thank the crew here today. You know, every time I'm here on the Alex Jones Show, it's just such a great honor to be part of this and to be part of the whole listenership and to do something that matters for a change. You know what I mean out there? Do something that matters. And this crew does just a great job of pulling this show together every single day. And all the guests and all the researchers and all the website artists and writers and everybody who does this. It's just an extraordinary organization of truly dedicated patriots and people who ultimately do not want to see more war. We all, you know, it's weird in the sense that we all stand for peace. You know, you may not think, well, Infowars and the Alex Jones Show, you don't normally think a giant peace sign, but ultimately, really, we don't want wars. We don't want people to die. We don't want governments to bomb each other, and especially not to do it under the pretext of all these false operations. We want people to have freedom and liberty and to have their peaceful lives so that they can live out their lives without tyranny, without suffering, without any kind of pain hanging over their heads. I'm just getting this. Is Alex going to be joining us by phone? Okay, Alex, are you with us?
Hey, Mike, I'm just driving down the highway. You know, I had planned to take off a few days on a working vacation before it gets too cold. Go out camping and stuff with the kids here. And did an hour from my house this morning. I'm now on the road calling in. How's my audio coming in, Roger?
It's coming in loud and clear here. Go ahead.
Okay. Look, I've just been surfing on my little globalist slave tracker iPhone while I'm listening to you on the other iPhone app, plugged into the stereo here in the Infowars mobile. And you mentioned the Charleston paper and others. The New York Times has come out and said this is baloney. And this isn't where they go out and set up the Iranian national, secret police. This is where they just go out and usually recruit somebody to be part of the drill, and then the person takes part in the drill and they set them up, or they're not even involved, or they find a mentally ill person, because that's the MO over and over again, and even mainstream media admits the FBI in the last 2 years, as you pointed out, more than 100 cases of this have come out over and over again to create this perception of a threat instead of carrying out a big elaborate false flag like 9/11. But there's no doubt with Obama plunging, no doubt with the global bankers not getting their agenda through, that the global crisis that would come out of an Iran strike, even though it would be bad for the economy, people primitively tend to still rally around their governments in Europe and the U.S. And so I've been saying, and just as you wrote 2 weeks ago, I forget your exact headline at naturalnews.com, it was something like, conditions now ripe for false flag. What was your exact headline?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, conditions are ripe. Because like you said, remember the George Bush moment after 9/11 where he took the bullhorn and looked really presidential. This is what Obama is being set up for here, to look presidential in this war crisis. It's obvious.
Exactly. You're exactly right. Hey, hold on one second. Hey, guys. Hey, kids. Please keep it down. I'm on the radio.
Yeah, bear with us, folks. It's live radio here, breaking news happening here. So not scripted. Alex, go ahead, sir.
Sure. I was just telling my children not to talk. I could probably put my son on here and get his analysis, though. But it's probably better than the general public's understanding of this. I've heard all the neocons on radio going,
breaking in 30 seconds, Alex.
Time to glass parking lot them. I'll go to break with you and then come back and break down how serious this is. This is green-lighted right now, folks. We got to get the word out on this false flag hoax or it's over. They're going to World War III, and that means their domestic agenda.
All right, stay with us, folks. We're going to break. We'll be right back. More with Alex here on the Alex Jones Show. Stay with us.
You are listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some